this attack incredibly potent. Look for Thiago to go in behind the back line and test it vertically alongside, where they can set play going forward. Look for Ponce to really work an interchange with both Bogusz and Guilherme as they look to go forward.
On match day number 8. Off we go from Orlando with City in their home purple attacking the goal to your left, in Houston in their familiar orange crush. 40th minute on the in-swinger, whipped across. Once again, problems in that 6-yard box, but the lines are cleared. But it's not without incident. Here's Samaseku. He is cross far post, strong header, tipped over the bar. Sensational work, and the dead ball nearly paying off.
Ball from Samaseku, very nice for Negri, and he plays it in right away. Angulo's shutting down the space, and you see Felipe Andrade on that far post. He just pulls away at the last second. He reads the service, pulls away, separates from his defender, snaps through the ball, needs to get this down. That'll test Kerpo.
So the corner now, Guilherme on the delivery, on the outswinger, header down and just wide.
It's about moving the ball or finding a Martino Heda in between those blocks of 4. But when you look at it, it's so tight, it's hard to get in.
Spicer across, far post, off the woodwork. Unbelievable. Still on here for Orlando. Ojeda drives it. Spicer will slice all the way through it, and it will come out for
him. Have switched sides. This is the half space I'm talking about. Angulo gets between the blocks of 4, finds Spicer. It takes a deflection. It's got to be in. Thiago's on that backside channel. When the deflection happens, he runs right through it.
Ojeda's delivery on the in-swinger. Keeper stays on his line. On the second ball, pings around. Iago has a go, and it ricochets clear before falling into the gloves of Jimmy Maurer. Talk about a nervous moment. They were nearly there, Orlando.
The service from Martino Heda is always so incredibly dangerous because he has that in-swinger with pace.
Cam Replay is brought to you by AT&T.
Watch Maurer here, gets a touch. If he doesn't get a touch, that's going in on his own unless Andrade can...
Back in Colorado, it didn't quite work out on his second stint. Trying to find a new home here with the Houston Dynamo. Artur. Vines for Herrera. They advance it right through the lines now. Pocket is space. Mateusz Bogusz for the Dynamo. Liz Ponce! So close. Ponce to tidy up, and the break is on. And here come the Houston Dynamo. Inale in a flowing, sweeping move on the break. Inale in an inside channel. Inale twisting and turning. Still Inale across for Ponce. And the second bite of the apple is put home. Ache, back in the first team and back amongst the goals.
Heads up play, he's been pulling the strings all day. Lawrence Inale has Mateusz Bogusz, number 19 on the far side. He can play early, but he doesn't. He decides to go himself. And then
Javi Sergi coming in, Taifi off, the substitute. Confirmation of the changes. Here's Atuesta now, looks, and it's Martin sliding it through, twisting and turning, fired! And the save made by Maurer. It was Ellis who put himself in a... Opens up Saracen. Oh, he's done really well. Saracen is in, pulls it across. Ellis pulling all the way back for Atuesta. Iago, the Sharks are circling, driven in. That's routine for Maurer. To NYC. Here's Bogusz breaking some lines, and here comes the former LAFC man. It's Bogusz! Had a great chance to kill it off, but couldn't take it. Hasn't quite fallen from him. Not going to beat Houston in the air on too many occasions, and now this one sprayed out wide. It's a foot race. It's Guilherme to put it out of reach. Guilherme! Great save at the back for Maxime Crepeau. Will they rue that missed opportunity? That's the opener, and it comes up on June 12th in Los Angeles. against the USMNT. Still some unfinished business here. It's Bogusz driving, and a great save once again by Krepo.
And please keep it to 1 or 2 questions. Thank you.
Okay, 2 questions real quick, Coach. Just if you could take us behind the curtain. Saw some inverted wingers tonight, and then a 4-4-2 at the end of the first half. So.
Well, we were in the 4. We were in the 4 from the entire game. Within that, does it ever look like a 4-4-2? Not really. Maybe in a mid-block defensive structure, but we've got some work to do in it. It's the first time we've really started that way, so it was a complete tactical adjustment, and I think the players were comfortable in it, especially with just 2 days of working on it. A lot of them have played that because it's a similar system to what especially the guys that have been here. But it was a little bit new for Matty Bogusz and some of these guys that haven't been around. But overall, it was pretty good. I still think we can be clearer on how to build the game and have longer possessions and make better decisions, and not have to defend as much as we did. But again, saying that we just popped that in and it's new, we talked about this before. It's like until we're well-oiled, until we got everybody back and we know exactly who we are, we have to have character and personality and resiliency. And tonight they showed a lot of that.
Awesome. And my last question is asking about that halftime sub. Just want to make sure Bond's okay.
I don't know. He couldn't see. He had some eye problem. And apparently seeing is a prerequisite for being a goalkeeper.
I would agree. Thanks, Coach. Safe travels back home.
All right, Dustin.
Hey, Ben. 10 goals you guys conceded in the last 2 road games. You hold Orlando to none. Just what did you see defensively that changed that was such an improvement for you guys?
It was by design. It wasn't, we gave up 4 goals in the first 15 minutes of both those goals, both in the 6 minute and both in the 15 minutes. And we're down 2-0 on the road and we chase. So it's just like, it's not a good recipe. We've talked about this. And today, you draw your line of confrontation a little bit lower. You charge up the guys. You make sure everybody's ready to do their part. And you can talk about that stuff, but, they have to do it. And I thought they finally were, this is the first time I think I saw our team really dig in a defensive way and understand that that's also a way to get results and not trying to outscore teams.
All right, thank you, Dustin. Max. Max.
Sorry. Good evening, Coach. Hope you're doing well. First, I wanted to mention something that I know the broadcast mentioned a couple of times. As someone like you who has been a part of this franchise for a while, for Orlando to be a very competent team in this league for quite a while at least, and for them to maybe have the rougher start that they've had in recent years, how important is it for this franchise to finally have a win in their building?
Am I missing something? Have we struggled here over the
Last
First win in Orlando for the club.
Is that you, Jack?
On the road.
Jack?
That's me.
That's Jack, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that, Max. Thank God I didn't know that before we came in here. Yeah, it's important. Let me first say, I maybe shout out to Oscar Pareja, who is a friend and someone I respect and has done an incredible job here for over 7 years. And I think they'll miss him around here, but. It's just good to win any road. I don't care what the stats are, the data. We've never beat. I don't really care. It's just I'm thrilled with the performance tonight and the way the guys went about this game. A long way to go. We got so much room to so many things to improve. But overall, it was a good night.
And lastly here, Coach, you mentioned you were talking with Denali, it appeared, at the end of the broadcast. Watching the end of the broadcast, you and Denali were having a brief conversation just about, it seemed almost as if you were still even mentoring him even after the final whistle. Can you just talk about maybe you and his relationship and how maybe that has probably grown since his time has been here, and how tonight, particularly with his performance on that goal, how he continues to just evolve as just a player who can just continue to move the ball down the floor.
Yeah, he's just so good in transition. He's gifted technically, and he's working his tail off for this team. And he's one guy that, I mean, you look at how much work he's done, especially when we play him in that wing back spot. I mean, he's up and down. He's young, so he's got good legs, so he should be able to do that. But and he's tactically pretty savvy. He takes information really well. We were just discussing kind of their left side and how to solve it. And I was in his ear a lot, maybe too much. And I think he was like, I had it. You know, you don't need to joystick me all night long. So I think it was one of those conversations, which I tend to maybe give too much information. But he's just been awesome, and I'm happy he's kind of we played him in a new role. He played wide on the right in a 4-4-2, and that was a new spot for him. He didn't get as much joy offensively in the first half, but I thought he found the game in the second.
Great insight, Coach. Thanks again, and see you back home.
All right, we'll go with Sullivan. Last one.
Hi, Coach. How important was the defensive line to secure the clean sheet today?
Yeah, as I said, I thought it was going to take more than one goal here, but to put a shutout anywhere on the road is pretty impressive. And there was a lot of good opportunities, but there was a lot of blocks and congestion, and we just grinded it out there in the end. And again, you're going to have to do that. They're a good team. I think they've been unlucky with some of the results that they've had, but I thought overall the back four did a great job. All four midfielders that came in worked hard and really helped. At times bring help with box defending, and I think towards the end, whether it was Lawrence or Matty Bogusz, who put a great shift in as well. Connecting in a 5-back at times too. It was a group effort.
Last question: How do you manage player recovery ahead of Wednesday?
Yeah, we get the 3 days in between, which is nice. But it's just going to take everybody, and the guys talked about it after the game. Like, let's recover, let's enjoy it, let's recover, and get back to market and take care of ourselves. And that there's going to be a bunch of new guys on that field. We'll patch them up and we'll see what we got. But these guys can't play every 3 days. You have to mix it up, and especially some of the high octane positions where they're putting the numbers up. There's going to be some next man up type stuff. So we'll just keep plugging away and trying to build a deep team. And if you can do this right, and everybody gets into some of these games, whether it's the Open Cup and then this, it's a good vibe when you can play a bunch of guys and have some level of success.
Hey, Artur, good to see you back out there. Just want to hear your thoughts about your journey in the recovery and being back on the field.
Hi, Yaman. Thank you very much. It was a difficult time being injured and being out for that long. It's like I'm used to being back, to be inside the field. I had to work a lot with the medical team. They helped me a lot, and it was a lot of work. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. Very happy to be back with the guys, and very hopeful to keep the things going right.
And more importantly, a clean sheet for the team. Speak about how important that is to end this match on a clean sheet and kind of hopefully help this kickstart strong defensive performances for the teams that desperately need it.
Yes, it's very important. I think we needed that. I think the guys did very well since the beginning of the game. I think we started with a different mentality than the past two away games, and I think that made a difference. Everyone played together, everyone understood each other and support each other, and we understood that's what it would take to get some points on the road. and hopefully we keep things that way, and we keep reminding ourselves that that's what it takes to win games.
Thank you, Artur. Good to see you out there, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go with Alex. Alex, go ahead.
Artur, muy buenas noches. Primero, ¿me escucha?
Buenas noches, sí, escucho.
Artur, buenas noches. Primero, más o menos la misma pregunta, pero en español. Es un gusto de verlo de regreso. Me imagino que ha sido un camino con mucho trabajo, pero feliz, me imagino, esta noche por haber regresado a la cancha.
Sí, buenas noches. Sí, fue 2-3 meses de mucho trabajo y bueno, y sacrificio para regresar lo más rápido posible y estar en buenas condiciones de ayudar al equipo. Y tuve mucho la ayuda de los fisios del club. Y bueno, estoy muy contento de estar de regreso y poder compartir con mis compañeros y ojalá seguir sumando más puntos.
Y 3 puntos esta noche, un partido difícil, complicado, pero se encontró la forma de ganar. Platíquenos sobre el sentimiento de usted y del equipo tras estos 3 puntos, por favor.
Bueno, sí, ahora estamos muy contentos, ¿no? Orgullosos del trabajo del equipo, especialmente de venir de una derrota dura, ¿no? El último partido fuera de casa. Y nosotros empezamos el partido con una buena mentalidad, recordando de las cosas importantes que teníamos que hacer para ganar el partido, y eso se transmitió a todo el grupo y se transmitió afuera de la cancha. Entonces yo creo que tenemos que seguir acordando nosotros de lo que es necesario para ganar partidos.
Y lo han hecho. Gracias por su tiempo, que tengan buen vuelo de regreso y felicidades por estar de regreso con el equipo. Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
All right, just as I'm going to keep the pressure to 5 minutes. We have 5 minutes left, so Dustin, you can go ahead.
Hey Artur, I know you and Hector are good friends off the field. Your first game back with him, since he returned to the club, he gets the goal for you guys. I know he turns 36 years old tomorrow. How impressive is it for him to still contribute, be able to play at such a high level for you guys?
Hi, Dustin. Yes. Me and Hector, we are very good friends. Very good relationship outside and inside the field. I'm very happy for him. I was very happy when he scored the goal, and the time passed by fast, right? But I think he's very important for us. He has some qualities that's very difficult to find in players. He of course played in a very high level, and he still plays on that level. As you said, he's turning 36 tomorrow, but he still can help us a lot and give things that not many players can give us. And I'm very happy to have him back with us, and I think he's gonna help us a lot.
Thanks, Artur.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go with Max. Max, go ahead.
Good evening, Artur. Congratulations on the win, and then of course, welcome back. For you, I just mentioned this to your coach just a little bit a while ago, but what does it mean for you and Hector? Because bouncing off of Dustin's question, you two have been around this club for a long time, and during that time span, Orlando has been a quality club in this league for a while. And even though they've been off to a slow start, what does it mean for this franchise to finally have a victory in their building, considering for both you and Hector, who have been around for quite a while and have seen how consistently Orlando has been successful in this league?
Hi, Max. It's very important. It's very important because we all want to put the Dynamo on the top of the league, and to do that we need to win away games and win against tough teams. And me and Hector, we have we understand each other very well on the field, and I learned a lot from him back when he was here, and I stayed in touch, and I could keep talking to him and learning things. He's a very experienced guy, and we know what it takes to have a winning team, and it's sacrifice, and it's hard work, and it's having the team together, And to have this win here tonight, it took all of that. And it's something that we need the whole team to understand and to support each other, because not one or two or three guys can make a team be winner, make a winning team. We need the whole team to understand that and work together. And I'm hopeful that we're gonna keep trying to transmit that to everybody.
Appreciate the time, Artur.
Thank you.
All right, one last question. Please keep it to one question. Selvan, you can go ahead.
¿Qué tan difícil fue para ti en el regreso meterte en un juego tan cerrado?
Fue difícil, ¿no? Especialmente de tener mi último partido hace 4 o 5 meses de la temporada pasada. Me había lesionado en la pretemporada y estar tanto tiempo afuera, pero yo intenté prepararme bien mentalmente y físicamente cuando estuve entrenando toda la semana para estar listo si Ben necesitaba y si el equipo necesitaba mi ayuda. Entonces fue difícil, pero yo creo que me preparé el máximo posible para estar listo para ayudar al equipo.